Black and white people used to be colonized. Okay. Black and white people used to be colonized. For example, black people were made to sit at the back of the bus in a bad condition, and white people at the front. Nelson Mandela made a huge difference by standing up for his beliefs to improve the lives of people that are being discriminated against, in this case, black people. Some people are still very racist today. Other races are stereotyped also, such as big mamas, thugs, gangsters, and known to be really fast. Black people were shunned against just because of their colour, which obviously was not their fault. They used to be used as slaves and clean toilets for other people. Black people tend to be faster, better singers and dancers just because of the way they were built, which made white people in a way jealous. Racism can refer to anything like the Chinese, Indians, even just people that slightly look different. To be racist is to be judgmental. Many people mistake us black people and white people. Racism is traced back into centuries ago, but it does mainly revolve around black and white people, as this is what the big...
Okay. There are many racist and non-racist people in the world today. People for racism. The argument for racism is definitely smaller than the argument against. There are 1 in every 5 people that are racist, which is not that much. There's still quite a lot.
Please, Lucy, come. Tell us why you are racist.
I'm racist because I think white people are the best.
Why do you think that? Come. Why do you think that?
I think white people rule over everybody. Ew. Not that.
It's because she's ginger and half herself.
What?
People, I forgot where I was.
Wait, do you also see why she's racist and why I'm not racist?
Yeah.
Some people can think that racism is funny, though not be racist themselves. The campaign for racism is small, though no people, because it was a horrible time for pretty much everyone. Racism covers everything, though, not just black and white people.
People against racism.
The argument against racism is definitely more than the argument for. People that are against think that obviously that racism is wrong, and that people believe this is very strong feelings about it. But there are also some people that are just average about racism. They don't really care if they're racist or not. But the main majority of people that are against racism are obviously people that are discriminated against themselves. Though this can also cause things that make people racist as well. Because if you're being discriminated against, what's going to stop you from not being from discriminating against other people?
Millie, come. Tell us why you are against racism.
I think that everyone is equal, and it's just stupid.
Oh, thank you.
Christianity was often seen as racially intolerant. In many cases, in American churches where it was segregated, a black person would attend the church, and next week they would be asked to leave and never return. This outraged many people who thought that all people were equal. If God believed in all forms of life were equal, how did they get mixed up in social apartheid? Being a Christian, I believe that all people, no matter the religion or race, is equal and is free to live the way they want. Why I believe this is happening in America is because the country was already partially racist, no matter the color. This is a country that houses the KKK and other racist groups. So I do not believe in it is religion, but rather the nurturing of the idea. Does Christianity promote racism? Most extremists think so, seeing as they believe it is mainly a white religion. Some slavery-era ministers believe that slavery could be justified. George D. Armstrong wrote in The Christian Doctrine of Slavery, "It may be that Christian slavery is God's solution of a problem, about which the wisest statesmen of Europe confess themselves at fault." Those words seem quite different from the biblical injunction, "Love your neighbor as yourself." We can tell that Jesus of Nazareth was not a racist, seeing as he lived in a culturally diverse world. He advised people about diversity in religion. Some were Jewish, some were non-Jewish, some were even slaves. Why is Christianity often associated with racism? The short of it all is that people claim to be followers of Jesus, but are not really. They wear the label Christian, but perhaps have never established a personal relationship with Christ.
My opinion on racism is obviously that it is wrong. The judgment of other people for another race or being another race or colour is obviously not their fault. If they were born like that, no one chooses where they were born to. This is obviously they are very bad people if they believe that they do, and they deserve absolutely nothing. Therefore, I am against racism.
I think racism is very wrong. I think it's wrong to judge people on their colour because, like Sarah said, people can't choose what colour, religion, or whatever when they're born, and they can't pick what race they want to be. I believe it's wrong to discriminate against people, and I think it's wrong to say certain race is better than another because I believe that everyone is equal.
I highly disagree on racism. In my opinion, the thought of someone discriminating and treating someone offensively due to something that they cannot help is extremely offensive, and I do not see the point anyway whatsoever.